Gemini, welcome to your general timeless love reading. We're going to do a you versus them reading, and I'll pull some romance angels at the end. Witches Tarot and Tarot Royale are the tarot decks that I'm using. So let's get into it, Gemini. Let's see what's going on for you. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's begin. Gemini. Okay. Person 1. Person 2. And the relationship and the obstacle. Whoo! Snap, crackle, pop. Okay. Started off pretty intense over here. Got a lot of reversals, which aren't bad. It's actually just opportunity to see things differently. Your overall energy for the relationship is a Queen of Pentacles. So both people really feel safe and secure in this relationship. This feels like a very in charge energy. I feel like we got two alpha personalities, honestly. But the obstacle is the Ten of Swords. It does feel like there's some ego at play, and I think that's what both people are getting to, is learning to soften into this feminine energy instead of being in this distorted feminine of well, it needs to be my way because I'm alpha female and I'm in charge. And when we're talking about Queen of Pentacles, we're just talking about feminine and masculine energy. So it doesn't mean that this person has to be a female. It could be male too. So just take what resonates. So for person 1, we have the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. They're very tired of the power struggles, right? They don't want to keep fighting, and that's what the 9 of Wands is. It's kind of I still want this, but I'm getting really energetically depleted. This feels like someone who might isolate themselves a lot, especially with the 5 of Pentacles here. That's an energy of ghosting. It is an energy of, I feel like it's more their fear of this isn't going to go how I want, so I'm just going to pull into myself. Ace of Cups, this tells me that this person's really struggling to find a balance between their needs and giving their person what they want at the same time. And that might be because they're used to being independent, and so relationships might be foreign to them, or it could be the opposite of they thrive in relationships, but they also get lost in their relationships once they're in them. And those are both just codependent tendencies. Everybody in the world has some kind of codependent tendency, in my opinion. Doesn't mean you're textbook codependent, but it's just something that's become very normal in society. Let's look at the 9 of Wands. 6 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're really scared this isn't going to work. The 6 of Wands isn't a card of failure. It's a card of there's a lot of work to still be done in this relationship to get it to where it is going to be successful. Between the 9 and the 6 is the 3 of Wands. So that tells me, it's just validation for me as a reader, that there is the opportunity for this to be successful. It's going to take some hard work. And the 5 of Wands is the overall, which comes before the 6. And underneath the 5 is the 3 of Swords in reverse. There's a need for healing here. Healing and vulnerability is going to be a very highlighted theme at this time. Let's look at the 5 of Pentacles for this person on this side. Empress. Oh, yeah. So I love that the Empress showed up for them. They're very, I feel, it's kind of a very gentle energy, but at the same time, I feel they have a side of them that could be very sassy, very empowered. And it's almost what do I do with my love? That's kind of how I feel this person is. What do I do with my love? Am I giving too much? Am I not giving enough? What do I do? There is going to be communication here. I feel like this person's really sitting and thinking a lot about what to say or how to approach something. Let's see. Oh, no. Yeah, 4 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so with the 4 of Cups in reverse, the 4 of Cups is the realization of, I have everything I really want right now, right? So if they're used to being in their power, as an individual in Empress mode, this is the person who's not used to being in a relationship and really having that balance of self and other. And so they're learning that I have everything that I want right now with this person. This is what I want. I just need to learn to accept the love. Accept the love the way that I accept the love for myself. So this is pushing them outside of their comfort zone. Let's look at the Ace of Cups for this individual because I have it twice. Yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse. So they really are struggling to open their heart to receive from others because they're used to very much so fulfilling their own needs. Okay, so that's person 1. Let's look at person 2 over here with the Chariot. They start out with the Chariot. This to me is almost like, I know this is supposed to move forward. I know this is supposed to... Dixie, stop that. Sorry, my dog. Children, right? Let's look at the Chariot. Hermit in reverse. They don't understand why it's not working. So they're kind of shutting down. They're shutting down. They're going within with the Hermit there. The Chariot to me is a card of the divine trying to bring you in a direction and you feel like you can't get there, you can't get there. Don't give all the power to this person. Like, have faith in it. Like, have faith in yourself. Sit in that frequency of like, you know what, everything's going to be fine. Because your energy is what's going to manifest. What you speak to yourself inside your mind and externally is going to be created. So you know what? They're going to go through their healing. We're going to be fine. We're going to work through this, right? Shift your perspective on it. Because the Hermit in reverse also tells me that the divine wants you to go within. Major arcana are universal energy. It's not day-to-day things. It's themes that the universe is imposing on you as an individual. Hermit is about self-reflection. The Hermit in reverse is an energy of ghosting. Are they truly ghosting? Or maybe they don't know how to articulate, hey, I need some time to myself, right? Don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. I feel like this person really struggles to like communicate what they really want and need in a relationship. Knight of Wands in reverse and the Five of Wands. I feel like this is how they perceive the other person, as non-committal, and they're like, I'm not going to fight for it. You're non-committal, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to invest my energy in that. I'm not saying that's a right or wrong perspective, because you can't control other people or their actions. Yeah, this person's diving into their own life, their own hobbies, their own work, like things like that. It's kind of like they're distracting themselves instead of holding like a negative connotation attached to this person when... Like I said, just please don't make assumptions, because it might be that they're scared to say things to you that you might find easy, but to them, they don't have those tools, those emotional or mental tools yet to be able to express themselves that you do. And you might not have tools that they have. And that's the purpose of the relationship. Let's look at the Tower. Nine of Swords in reverse, yeah. So here you go through this massive realization, this understanding in your soul is triggering it. Because when I do these reads, in my mind, it's head, heart, soul. So in your soul's energy is saying like, wait, like I don't need to have all this anger, this animosity, this stress about this relationship or what's going to happen, right? You're coming to this place of, oh shit, I got to let that go. Like that's just not going to stop us. Because what's happening is you're actually oppressing yourself. The Sun in reverse is a card of oppression. Ten of Swords, the High Priestess. Yeah, you're realizing that by holding on to this hurt, to this pain, it's keeping you stuck in that cycle. And so now you're choosing to purge it, to let go of it with the Tower there. Aries, Mars, Scorpio energy. I love that. And the Ten of Swords is Gemini energy, and you have it twice. So I like that a lot. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles, the current energy for this relationship. Bent my card. Yeah, so you're both realizing that you both want it. You want to nurture it. You want to help it grow. The relationship is the it that I'm referring to. But there's things that are not being said. Because the Eight of Swords in reverse, to me, it can be coming out of the self-imposed prison of fear and insecurities and like the inner dialogue. But it's also a card of things that are not being spoken. Like read my mind. You know I want you. You know I want to be in this relationship. Let's just make it work. Let's look at the Ten of Swords. The Lovers in reverse. Let's get one more on this. The Tower. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so I feel like some people are going to be like, you're disgustingly optimistic. That doesn't look good. You have two majors and a cyclic energy. This tells me that this relationship is coming to an end of a cycle. Doesn't mean that the relationship is ending, but maybe the form the relationship took is not of any use to you. And it's not of any benefit to either of you. It's not helping either person grow. What's going to help you grow is allowing this Ten of Swords you're both carrying with you to fall away. See it differently. Okay? Let's get another on this. Yeah, Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Because what you really want is about to arrive. Like what you're really craving from this person in this relationship is going to come in. But there's so much fear of, I'm not going to have it. It's not going to cut here. Like what's happening? The scarcity mindset. It's limiting belief. Let's look at the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands and the overall energy. Four of Wands in reverse, yeah. So the 4 to the 5 gives an Ace of Wands. So there is going to be a new beginning. The 4 of Wands is in reverse because the 5 of Wands is a card of determination. It's like, I'm determined to make this work. But you don't want this to work. This is a faulty foundation. You want the relationship to work. And so the relationship works when both people stop having that expectation of how the foundation should be. And you allow the relationship to take the foundation that it's meant to take. Okay, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Yeah, so you're both learning how to express your emotions, how to communicate with one another in a vulnerable, authentic way on new terms. Not terms that they set, not terms that you set. You're allowing the relationship to take its own form. And that's what's going to benefit you. Because pages are students, beautiful. Then you have the Knight of frickin' Pentacles. The Knight of frickin' Pentacles is the most determined and the most diligent knight. It's the most... It is the slowest moving knight in tarot, so that tells me that you're learning not to build this foundation in like a frantic, like passionate way. You're learning to do it in a way that's going to be rooted in authenticity and very grounded, earthy, stable energy. Because you're dropping the control and the scarcity mindset, right? King of Wands in reverse, 5 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. Dropping the scarcity mindset and that need to control, have things your way or the highway. It's a very manipulative energy too, the King of Wands. And then we have the Hierophant, the commitment. The commitment. Don't allow this commitment to turn into something that you see as, oh, this is so hard, or this is this. See it as, okay, what is this teaching me? What is it teaching you? So often, us as human beings like to be like, this relationship is too difficult. It must not be for me, right? And then they leave it. And they get stuck in another relationship that's just like it. And it's because the universe is like, I'm trying to teach you something. Stop running from this lesson. Right? Let's see what we got for Gemini. Getting to know one another in reverse. So this is what is currently transpiring. You're learning more about one another by also learning more about yourself. Like, oh, I could see why they reacted that way based off my behavior. As you reveal your innermost selves to one another, your bond deepens. Innermost self doesn't mean like, yeah, I love doing art, or yeah, I secretly write a lot of poetry. It's not like that. It's like, I know when the quickest way to make me angry is to be disrespectful. And I can get really mean and quick with my mouth. And that's one of my biggest faults that I'm still working on, right? That's being clear with somebody, right? That's being clear. That was like a personal example from like a while ago. But that's literally how this communication should be. Like, hey, this is something I'm still working on. I never want to speak to you that way. I never want to get that way together. This is usually what triggers it. And I'm working really hard on not allowing that part of my ego, that part of my hurt or my pain to come to the surface. That's getting to know each other. It's sharing the ugly stuff too. Nobody's ugly on the planet because you are all yourself. You're all unique. You're all you, right? Just because society deems fucking beauty or handsomeness in some way doesn't mean that that is the end all be all. Nope. What we got? Unrequited love in reverse. Both people are very scared of abandonment, rejection, or not feeling worthy. Let's see. And lastly, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. This is a very codependent dynamic. And especially with career and finances being in reverse, I flipped it. This tells me that if your work is struggling or your passions are struggling or your sense of safety, stability, and security are struggling, there's too much weight being put on the relationship or the other person. You need to take accountability for the things that are in your control and not give that control to somebody else or expect them to fix those things that you could really fix on your own if the effort was put in, right? That's just, it's codependency. It's self-sacrificing. It's time to take back control of your life. What is a healthy daily routine that works for you? What amount of time is needed for your self-care? How can you make your self-care not look like work? How can you make it fun? How can you make it something you enjoy, right? Like going to the gym, going for a bike ride, going on a hike, journaling, meditating, mantras, whatever it is. And then your work, and then the relationship. The relationship is only a part of your world. It is not the whole thing. You are a priority. And if you don't make yourself a priority, then the relationship is going to be imbalanced because you're trying to invest in something with 100% when you are not at 100%. So you can't give 100% of yourself to this person because you haven't spent time getting yourself to 100% for you. For you. for you. Your priority. Their priority. You come together both knowing yourselves as priorities, and you create something very stable. And you support one another. Power couple. Woo! Okay? I love you. I wish you the best. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, book it down below. And check out Patreon if you want a free 10-minute reading. Like, share, subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Helps the channel grow. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.